Hello friends, my name is Koolio and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a first look impressions video for Revelation Online. Right, but I gotta have a little bit of a disclaimer here. I'm pretty excited to play this game. I've already made a preset character. This is probably going to be my main because from what I understand there's no more wipes. If you're in, this is closed beta test 3. If you're in the beta test, there's no more wipes to your character, so this might be my main starting going forward. So I already made her, kind of jumped in, changed my user interface. That's like the first thing I always want to try to do with an MMO. But I gotta throw this disclaimer out for you guys. Now, I am excited to try this game out, but I only got excited for it maybe yesterday. So what happened is I got a free beta key to jump in and play this game. I wasn't actually intending to buy a founder's pack to play it. I was mainly going to wait and see how my.com, the publisher for the game, if they were going to make it free to play, then I was just going to jump in and play it free to play. But I got to kind of backtrack a little bit because this game seems to have a lot of hype behind it. And for a while there, I wasn't sure why. I was like, why are people excited about this game? It doesn't even, like, to me, I wasn't, like, I didn't think it looked like an amazing looking game to look forward to. Now, last year in 2016, I was really excited for a lot of MMOs. Some to name, like Blade and Soul, Black Desert, a lot of these Eastern MMOs that were finally coming over to us, and I was really excited to play them. I bought like founders packs for them, jumped in, really enjoyed it for the first couple hours, and then kind of fell away from it. And then last year wasn't always like the best when it came to MMO releases. And then maybe about 2 months ago, I believe, all of a sudden I started hearing word about this game called Revelation Online, which is it's made by NetEase, the same people that publish World of Warcraft over in China, and this is actually originally a Chinese MMO, so you're probably going to hear a lot of Chinese when we're playing the game, but they're getting ready to publish it over here, and all of a sudden, like, the hype for it just went crazy. Like, everyone was super excited for it, and I was looking at it, and I wasn't interested in it at all, until I got a beta key for it yesterday. But even then, I was like, I don't know, like, yeah, you know, I'll go apply the beta key, and I'll jump in and I'll play it. But I wasn't that excited until I started watching some videos about the game and trying to understand why people are excited about it. Now, a lot of the MMOs coming up in the future have crazy innovations to them. And a lot in this last year, too, promised all these different innovations and new concepts to MMOs, but they didn't quite deliver. Now, what I can take from this game, the reason why people are excited for it, is because it takes the best aspects of a lot of really wonderful MMOs and kind of mashes them together in a great way. So rather than making a lot of innovation, it's kind of like trying to perfect all the little things that we love about MMOs and just bring it into one complete game. So that's my little rant that I wanted to share with you guys. Now, one of the big features that they talk about in the game that a lot of people really like is the character creation. Now, there's 6 classes in the game so far. The one that I'm going to go for is the Sword Mage. It's kind of like your regular mage. Don't let the sword kind of, you know, disillusion you. It's not a melee character. It's definitely a long-range magical DPS. Then we've got the Gunslinger, the Blade Master, the Spirit Shaper, which is kind of the healer, the Occultist or Necromancer in other terms, and then we've got the Vanguard, which is definitely the tank. Now, I've already made the female character. I'll maybe show a little bit more. One of the other characters I'm thinking about jumping in and playing is the Occultist. He's looking pretty bad A right there. So let's go ahead. Now, none of the classes are gender locked. You can play male or female, and you can make the body however you want it to. So if you see, like, you saw like the lolly looking character for the Spirit Shaper, I'm pretty sure you can make it look like a normal person rather than just like a little kid. I think this one has a lolly. These are like presets for male and female that you can select. So here's the lolly character. But let's go ahead and show you some of the presets, at least for the male character. So you've got a lot of presets to kind of show off how you can make your different characters. So let's say we got, I'm gonna just kind of click through a couple of these, show you all the different things that you can be in the game. I'm not gonna go too in depth with the character creation, but if you guys want to jump in, mess around with all the different sliders, I know there's like a whole ton of them. All these different kind of hairstyles. You can switch hair coloring and stuff like that around. Change, you know, skin color, skin luster. That's fun. Like, it's such a weird one. And skin brightness. You can adjust, like, you can just adjust. Look at that. You can make like a super tiny head, super thick neck, arm length, just absolutely crazy. You can make the characters just look absolutely ridiculous. I'm just going to go through and just like switch these all around and just make a character that looks absolutely just messed up. Foot size, just massive foot size. Let's make him like super fat, super short. Look at that. It's not the creepiest, but then you can go in and you can change all the little angles in the face just make him look absolutely nuts. Which is one of my favorite things in an MMO is when they have just awesome character creation like this, and you can just move all these sliders around and just make a character look just really freaky looking. You can change all the irises, like the shapes of the iris. You can even change individual color for each of the eyes, which is just, I think, absolutely insane. I love it. I do love it when games have that where you can change the individual eye color. Change the mouth, and then just, you know, let's throw these around a little bit. Oh gosh, like I wasn't looking. I was just looking at the sliders and kind of moving everything around. Oh my gosh, he like reminds me of like those freaky little like turtle things from like the absolutely terrible Super Smash Bros. Or the Super Mario Brothers movie from a long time ago. You can check out different poses for each of all these different things that you can have your character do. And then you can see, like, they kind of start off with, like, this underwear looking stuff, but then you can switch around and see kind of different costumes and armors that the character will eventually get. Pretty nice. And then, as well as this game has flying in it, which I haven't gotten far. I think you have to be level 29 before you can actually get your wings. That's another thing that I think a lot of people are really looking forward to. But to be honest, man, like, just those 4 wings that we just saw, like, it has some pretty incredible, like, designs for the wings, including the costumes. All right, let's go back. Return the previous step. Yeah, okay. It won't be saved. And then female, like I'm not going to show the female character creation because I already made a female, so you guys will see her throughout the entire gameplay. But it's really similar to the male creation. Let's go ahead and jump in. This is our sword mage. Her name is Serena. Let's enter the game. Now, some of the features that people are really looking forward to is they've got an incredibly long list of PvE and PvP features, such as 1v1, 3v3, 5v5, these large, massive, like, siege battles that have no caps on how many players, so you can just have thousands of players fighting each other. On the PvE side, I believe there's a 5-man dungeons, 10-man dungeons, 20-man raids. They've got these like PvE arena battles that you can test like your might to see how far, like how many rounds you can get through and get tons and tons of sweet loot and things like that from it. Just a lot of different things that you can play in the game. Now, I will say the game is in closed beta test 3, so there's probably going to be a lot of changes and a lot of optimization by the time that game is actually released, as well as the interface doesn't look like this when you first jump into the game. I actually had to change that myself because I wasn't a big fan of how the interface was looking. The game does look fantastic. I think it looks wonderful. It's got a very similar aesthetic appeal, similar to like Blade and Soul. Now, I don't think it's like the most amazing looking game. Like a lot of people are saying like how they absolutely just love the look of this game. But for some reason, it's got almost kind of like the graphics itself aren't held together. And I don't know exactly how to explain what I'm trying to say here, but I like the graphics of the game. I just don't think that they're the most amazing, but the game does look pretty good. It's got like these awesome camera features that you can do to take awesome screenshots of the world itself. Now, I'm playing as the sword mage. The sword mage has one of its abilities. You can actually switch between different elements such as water, fire, and ice, and depending on which element you have selected, changes your abilities around. I haven't looked too far into it because, like I said, I'm literally just level 3 on this character. Another big thing that they really like, other people like in this game, is the option for movement. So you can actually switch how your character plays. I'm running like the keyboard controls is pretty much like your standard WASD, and then you hold right click and move your camera around. You got mouse control where you like click on the ground and your character will actually move in that direction, more similar to kind of like more old style MMOs like Lineage 2 and things like that. But you can still use WASD and stuff. It gives you the option now to kind of click on the ground. And then the other one that they have is non-target camera rotation, which is, I think, a little bit more similar along the lines of Blade and Soul's targeting rather than, let's say, something like Terra, where it's more action combat. So it kind of gives you kind of a soft target on the creature itself. So as you can see, I can kind of stay away. The sword kind of throws me off. And if you look at the bottom on the user interface, you can see how they've moved my basic attack to my left mouse bumper, and then my right is kind of like a small charged fireball. You can actually switch it around, and it'll change like the effects of the ability. Movement in this game is really, really fast, like freaking triple and double and quadruple jump. But you've got this like kind of energy that is on the bottom. You can see kind of like it's slowly filling up. It's underneath my health bar. If you run out of that, you can't do that many more jumps. Another thing too is you can kind of sprint. You can, I believe you can dodge. I'm out of energy, so it won't let me do it. No, levity is what they're calling it. You can also run on water. Very similar to like Blade and Soul's movements style. I'm gonna do a lot of comparisons between this and Blade and Soul, just to let you know. But this is more. Another amazing feature that a lot of people like, and I'm going to give this a props to the game above Blade and Soul, because I enjoyed Blade and Soul. I thought it was really good. Is if you look at the map, the entire world itself is completely open. Oh gosh, I'm trying to figure out how to zoom out on this. It won't let me zoom out because I'm not even at the main world yet. But the whole world itself is completely open. Like there's no barriers. You can fly from one end to the other. You can fly super high. Hopefully I'll be able to maybe get past this tutorial area and jump in and be able to show you guys how big the world itself. There's not a whole lot of voice acting as of right now. You'll hear a lot of Chinese voice acting, and I'm not sure if they're going to switch any of that over into English. They've got a lot of the English translations finally brought over from the last beta, but there might be some things that are a little bit off. I'm not going to focus too much on the story itself, but apparently the story is actually pretty good. Another feature, as you can see, that just showed up is it'll tell you when you have new equipment that's better than what you currently have, and it'll tell you why it's better. Go ahead and equip that. And it actually... I'm going to switch back to regular so I can actually move my camera around. Come on! There we go. And you see, as you can see, I got a better piece of armor. She's looking pretty good now. She's looking pretty awesome. Let's see. We've also another thing, and I'm not the biggest fan of stuff like this, but apparently people like it, is they do have auto pathing, but it's super slow. So you might as well just like take over and just run it. That chap there looks like he's being bullied. Arya, we'll help him. The little fluffball guy being beat up by all the little plants. This game has a lot of cutscenes, like, and a crazy amount of cutscenes. It's also got some combo systems you'll see pop up on the screen right there. If I press it again, oh, I missed it. I already ended up killing it, but you have combos similar to the Blade and Soul, but probably not as in-depth as Blade and Soul's. I got a 2 combo right there. Press it again, and it gives me like a quick fire burst. I don't actually have to like wait for my cooldown to go down. It'll allow me to activate it pretty fast. I can switch my element around. Level up! Ooh, I'm now level 5. Another thing that I actually love, and I want most MMOs to have things like this, is they have a interface editor, so you can move a whole bunch of these things around, and that's what I did. I love having my quest stuff up at the top, map on the bottom right. I hit a few objects, you can't see all of them. Click confirm. Just make it a little bit nicer. I am pretty sure there's a way that you can get rid of this top bar. It's not one of my favorite things, but I mean, some people enjoy it. There's a whole bunch of... Oh, geez. Do not click on that egg thing. That'll just pop you out and make you go buy some stuff. As you can see, you can just saw my desktop and all the things there. Another thing that's cool to keep players playing in the game for long periods of time and to reward them is for every interval of how long you play the game, they'll actually give you some different items, such as Vanisher Scrolls, Egret Feather, can quickly reset cooldown time with Zip. Teleport item can teleport to any portal array at any time, which I think I already got it, but online for 15 minutes. Go ahead and select that. The next tier I'll get is 30 minutes and then online for another 30 minutes. And I'm not sure if it continually resets. They've got a couple of other different, you get like when you mark your calendar for every day that you log in, and then you've got, I'm not entirely sure what all first day in the game, just pretty much a lot of rewards that you're gonna eventually end up unlocking as you're playing. Just like they throw a lot of rewards at you at first, which is nice. Now let's see, get rid of the sedgelings. I don't see an exact number of how much we're supposed to kill. I'm assuming we're supposed to go help this little guy out. All we had to do is literally just walk over there. Complete. Talk to Jibby. Hey, Jibby, this little egg guy. What's up? Quest complete. Jibby's so cute. I really want to adopt it as a pet. Unfortunately, guys, there's no pets in this game. Just to let you know. Let's see, we get him. Click here to open the office assistant. I'm assuming that's what popped up on my screen. If I need to send in notices and stuff to the developers on bugs and things like that. This guy, he looks exactly like Master Roshi from Dragon Ball Z. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna play the game for maybe just a little bit longer. Now, I can't give my final thoughts on it. I'm gonna come out with a video, hopefully in the next couple of days, just kind of talking about my final thoughts on the game. I'm gonna probably play this game for quite a little bit, try to get more sucked into it than just, the first 15-20 minutes of it. But one of the things I despise in a lot of MMOs, especially for some reason Eastern ones that are coming over here, is just a massive amount of popping. Space to jump, and then you can dash. Just go absolutely nuts. You can hold down shift and you dash forward. There is fall damage, but I think you have to fall from an extremely high height. There's all these crazy notifications that keep popping up. I just need to go get rid of them all. And I'm already level 7. What is that? Where's the shells on my left? Here's my character portrait, by the way. And I like these little graphs that they give you to kind of help you understand how your character is being built. Another thing as well is they'll give you all the points that you need to distribute it across your attributes, strength, intelligence, physique. You can control where each of your points go towards it. Now, I'm not sure, it doesn't look like I can do it just yet, but I know that is a feature to kind of customize your character exactly the way that you want it to. Looks like I'm feeding somebody some food. There you go. Yay, I'm a heroic hero. I do like the movement already. Actually, I will say, this bugs me a lot, okay? I don't know if you guys can tell, but your character leans in a really awkward way, and I'm not a big fan of that. Whatever way your camera's moving, your character will move. It's very subtle, but I'm just gonna point that out to you that it's not one of my favorite things. It might bug you, but I don't think it's that bad. I'm gonna kind of just show off, if I can show you. I gotta get into sprint mode. There we go. You can literally go anywhere that you want. See that building? If I had enough levity, I could totally get over there. But I don't. Well, guys, that's my first impressions of the game. I'm gonna be coming out with some more videos of it, hopefully soon, getting a better understanding of it. But I know people enjoy this game or are looking forward to it mainly due to the fact that it's just got a whole bunch of different features in the game. Just tons and tons of features cram-packed into this beautiful looking game. Guys, my name is Koolio. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. If you like the content, if you want to see more stuff related to Revelation Online, just be I'm going to come out with a couple more, but if you want to see more than that, go ahead and let me know down below. And keep an eye out for beta keys. If you want to join the game, you got to, a guarantee access to closed beta, you got to get a Founders Pack. I think it's about 20 bucks. I think you can get as low as 17. I think I saw it somewhere with $17. Well, guys, thanks so much for watching. My name is Koolio, and we'll see you later.